What an atmosphere we're about to witness here in the Glasgow arena. One British athlete who happens to be a homegrown heroine, Jemma Reekie of Great Britain, of Scotland, against 5 world-class Africans, 2 Ethiopians, a Ugandan, a Kenyan, and one 38-year-old from Benin who's never been in a global final before. It's a hugely intriguing race of massive quality. 6 of the world's top 8 are in this final. Listen to the noise for Great Britain and Scotland's Jemma Reekie. She looked absolutely brilliant in the semi-finals, but she's got a hugely talented field behind her. Halima Nakai, world champion from Uganda, world indoor bronze 2 years ago. Looks close to her best. What a story for Noelle Urigo. She's 38 years of age, and after 6 global semi-finals, at last, she's in a major showdown. She looks close to the peak of her powers. Kiprotich, the Kenyan, PB in qualification. Every athlete in this field ran at least a 1:58 to make it into the showdown. Sigi Duguma, could she upset the British party? She finished with a 14.68 last 100 metres. Habita Malemu, the fastest woman in the world this year, but Reekie went past her and Alemu looked uncomfortable at the end of their semi-final. Alemu, Duguma, Kiprotich, Urigo, Nakai and Reekie. The roof will come off this arena if Jemma Reekie closes in on the gold, but there's half a mile to run and she has 5 truly world-class opponents to beat. The final of the women's 800 metres gets underway. Jemma Reekie on the outside has missed out on global medals so many times. This is her best chance, surely, of tasting global glory. And it would be all the sweeter if it happened here in Scotland, here in Glasgow. This is very, very slow. Duguma has gone to the front. Nobody's willing to make a move here. 29.2. This is really cagey. Duguma on the inside. Urigo not prepared to mount a charge just yet. The question for Jemma Reekie, how long does she leave it?
Jemma Reekie should lead this. She's got a fantastic change of pace. Alemu, this is utterly different tactics from yesterday. Smart from the Ethiopian. She couldn't run away from Reekie. She's trying something different. Alemu has got great 1500 metre speed though, and 63 through the first 400 metres. This is going to turn into a foot race, and Duguma has got wonderful flat speed.
A very different tactic to the one that unfolded in the 2 semi-finals. The biggest danger is you could throw a blanket over them. Heels could get clipped here. Duguma leads. Reekie on her shoulder. Alemu trying to come wide on the outside. Listen to the noise. It's absolutely deafening here. They take the bell in the final of the women's 800 metres. Duguma from Jemma Reekie. Now they roar. Now comes the acceleration. If Reekie's going to strike, this is her best chance for a global gold. Duguma's pulling away though. The young Ethiopian with a wonderful performance here. Duguma takes the gold, Reekie the silver, and what a story for Noelle Urigo. At the age of 38, she finally gets a global medal. She takes the bronze. Reekie's on the podium for the first time. She should be delighted with the silver, but after the semis, I suspect she believed she could win, but Jemma was ready to spoil the party, and the hints came in the semi-final when she ran a 14.6 last 100 metres. It was so slow, it played into her hands, and the gold goes to the Ethiopian.
Laura Muir watching on her previous training partner, Jemma Reekie. These two have put in so many miles together. And Reekie, she will have been hoping for gold here in front of the home crowd. And as you say, Rob, she was fantastic in the semi-final yesterday. I think she would have felt these women cannot run away from me. And she would have fancied her kick because it's phenomenal. And just a word on Noelle Yarigo here from Benin. It's her first ever global final after so many semi-finals. And she's walked away with a bronze medal. Hats off to her.
Well, I know our reporter, Rona McLeod, will be gathering interviews for World Athletics at the end of this. She's been a brilliant exponent, just as Jemma Reekie's been a great ambassador for British and Scottish middle distance running. So Yarigo has been marvellous for Benin for many, many, many years. The African nation will be proudly represented on the podium. Gold to Ethiopia, silver to Great Britain, bronze to Benin. What an intriguing race that was. Jemma, with that 200-metre speed from back in 2017, she was just too fast for everyone, including Scotland's heroine.
I think we've really seen Jemma mature through the rounds here. There was erratic pacing in the opening round. I was impressed with how she coped with that change of pace, as did Noelle Yarigo.
Jemma still celebrating, and Jemma Reekie hopefully will be pleased when she looks back on this. She's had heartache so many times. 5th in the Com Games 2 years ago, 5th in the Europeans 2 years ago, 4th in the Olympics in Tokyo 3 years ago. At last, she has a global medal. It's not gold, but it's a wonderful stepping stone to Paris.
Jemma was so patient there. I think that's what we maybe didn't see on the men's side. Garcia wasn't patient. He used his effort too early on. Krestan wasn't that patient. He ended up with the bronze. Jemma was very, very calm there throughout that race and waited until the last 150 to put her foot down.
Sergei Jemma spoils the British party. A wonderful win for her. A superb silver for Reekie and a brilliant bronze for Yarigo in her first major final at the age of 38. She's taken the bronze from the women's 8 to the men's 15.